Happy New Year's, everyone, and to commemorate the new year, I've decided to go through all the old cringe I've stored up in all these old sketchbooks. Now, my channel is very small, with a total of only 21 people subscribed, 5 of which are probably my friends, but I thought it would be a good idea because I can look back on this and then farm content from it. So, it's going to range all the way from my very first sketchbook, my second sketchbook, a half sketchbook I would call it, I don't know, just filled with stuff, and my fourth sketchbook. Mind you, there was probably another sketchbook after this that I just lost, and a bunch of loose leaf paper that I have found scavenging through my drawers. So my first sketchbook, I was kind of an art baby. Beginning, there was nothing great that I was drawing. It was just drawing for fun, you know? I was enjoying myself. I didn't improve a lot, but I was still having fun, so. Now the first drawing we see is of a tulip. I thought this was really good back then because I really liked how I did the shading, which was cross-hatching. It was one of my favorite shading methods. There again with the cross-hatching, I did not know how to draw clothing folds. It was just, I just did it, but like, that is horrifying. And it really sucks, to be honest. Now I remember drawing this because I was trying to copy style from a graphic novel. I think it was like a 3-series. One was called Brave, another Crush. I don't know. But I was trying to copy the style so hard because I really, really liked it. And I was really into graphic novels. So I was like, I want to make my own. So I practiced drawing that. But the hands are really, really bad. I tried drawing my classmates in those styles. I'm sorry if you see these and you recognize yourself. Highly apologize. Most of my sketchbook isn't out. Jinx, no. My sketchbook was made up of these little comic strips that I made. It's like more than half the sketchbook. Like there are a bunch of them, and I pumped out like 10 of these a day. This is when I was starting to use colored pencils, and I actually used colored pencils a lot back then. I just don't like them as much now. Later on in the sketchbook, I developed an obsession with dragons. Like I would hallucinate being on adventures with dragons or as dragons with my sister. And I even made like dragon OCs and a dragon stoner once, which is hilarious. I do remember having like more of these, but it's just, I'm pretty sure I tore some out. Ow, my God, Jinx, will you leave me out? Out of all of these drawings, I think this one's my favorite. This has like a much better ear, like the scales. It actually looks good, I would say. I like to make evolutions for things that didn't exist yet, like fighting type evolution. It looks horrible, but back then I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I'm so awesome. It's actually okay though. I like this one. This one's pretty nice. So into Pokemon that I in fact made my sister a Pokemon trainer thing OC. Try to draw landscapes, it just never happens because I'm bad at them. So this actually has story behind it for once. Ignore how horrible it looks. My dog was just sitting there, right? And we put the fingering, as in the fidget toy, on his head. And we were like, the fingering king. I don't know how I thought this was good. The nose is just so long and the eyes are staring in almost opposite directions. I finished off the sketchbook with a half-decent Mega Umbreon sketch thingamabobular, and it doesn't actually look that bad. I probably got the head angles right. I don't know why the ears are so thin, but I quite like this one, actually. Okay, so that was it for like our first sketchbook, but I also have some loose leaf paper that just have to be, it's like this horrific thing. I wanted to make an OC for a story to write with someone. The wolf shirt, God. But it was like with my friend. She moved to India now, but it was with my friend, and we had this whole story planned out. I was like, why don't I sketch the main character? That'd be fun. So I did, and I did a really bad job. But back then, I was like, oh my God, I am such a boss. I'm such a queen for doing this. Wow. The eyes, she looks like a bug. That's all I have to say. She just looks like a bug. I also kept like a red folder of some of my artworks. This is also for an art thing. But this is the first image I had. I was kind of itchy-ish, but I filmed a tutorial for this one. Then I tried to draw a cat by myself again, which didn't work. And then on the back is this horrifically dragon snail. I remember being completely obsessed with having like a secret base, and I was like planning out every single thing because I really wanted a secret base. Now, unironically, the tutorial things that I made, following a tutorial from Art a la Carte, I completely recommend her channel. She's so awesome. But like all the tutorials that I followed actually made all the drawings that I made them be my favorite. Like I really like this one. Now that this hot piece of garbage is out of the way, we can move on to our second book of cringe. Starting off that I tried drawing a dragon and stuff, and then a cat, and then what I drew was also another cat that looks really bad, and then tic-tac-toe. Finally, an actual drawing, whatever the hell this is. I was also mildly obsessed with drawing eyes, and I've got to admit, for a beginner, this one isn't actually that bad. No words, it's just bad. Oh, I can see where I was going with this one, but this is still kind of bad. Now this wing here, guess how I achieved it? It's called a reference. I actually started using references. There was this point where I was completely obsessed with the show Hilda. It is just such a brilliant show. I loved it. The fantasy setting, like the artwork, the line art. I was in love. I tried to draw like an OC into it or like a creature or something. Failed miserably, but it was still really fun to do. This attempt at the Hilda landscape is better. It's just I probably should have used, again, a reference. And I probably should have used a sketch beforehand as well. Discovered cooling, and probably the best drawing in here. This is when my mouse died. It was sometime in like, I don't know, but it was sometime when I was in 6th or 7th grade. I really loved my mouse. Her name was Cream Puff, and I was incredibly heartbroken when she passed away because it was on April Fool's. So you can imagine how that went. Another one of the best drawings that will ever be here. This is 10 out of 10. I love this. I do remember having more of these, but I just lost them. Here I got a cheap box of charcoal from the dollar store, and I was like, I'm going to do something with it. I really wish I hadn't. This is just bad. This is also where I started watching anime, and I used one pen for this. It was the ones with all the 4 colors, and I did push them all down, and it broke, which is kind of expected, to be honest. Here, I tried to take a commission. Guess what happened? I never finished it. Actually, a half-decent pose. Guess what I used here? A reference. I don't know why I didn't use references sooner. It was like about... This one's okay-ish. I like the blending on it, but what is that piece? Like, what is that? I think I was mentally... Oh, me watching anime finally started to show because I finally drew some anime eyes in Naruto, which I really like this one. This is adorable. Also got myself a white gel pen, which I think is awesome because these are really good. I really like these. This one isn't that bad. The eyelashes are an absolute mess. I like the butterfly, the flowers, a braid, and Rambu, and a dog. These actually aren't that bad. Juicy. More like inverted art. This is my deceased cat, Echo. Boring stuff I did during church. A failed attempt at being juicy. More boring. I was bored as hell. Like, there was just lots of stuff. Oh my god. This, I remember what this is too. This is from my Demon Slayer OC. I'm very ashamed of it, but it's fine. Huh? Look at that. That's adorable. I remember I stole my sister's metallic gel pen for that, but this is so cute. Rengoku here. I actually kind of like this one because I used a reference. Just a dude standing there. It isn't that bad for a beginner artist. I remember I had to redo it because I, again, did not use a reference. Bad drawing of Rambu. And yeah. Here's when I actually started like using cooling tutorials. I think it actually kind of helped because these side profiles are better than what I draw now. So it's not that bad. I actually quite like this one. This one's probably has the best form. He just looks like he smokes 24/7. 10 out of 10, absolutely lovely. I'm to say this is really good artwork. I liked Bench Trio a lot because I started watching them and I was like, these people are actually funny, cool. And I really enjoyed watching them. And again, anatomy doesn't anatomy, but I didn't use a reference. But this is actually pretty good. I brought the sketchbook to summer camp last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I don't know. But it was at a stay-over church summer camp. So I had to go to church literally every single day for a week. And absolutely stole someone's artwork of an Enderman and then said, this is my OC now. Now that we're through this hot pile of garbage, I can gladly say that part 2 will be out. Not soon, but it'll be out one day. So I'll go over a couple of these sketchbooks and loose leaf paper in this one too. And I'll tell you about my lost one. But other than that, goodbye. Have a great day, my dude. I apologize for any cringe that you have obtained from this video. It is one of my first long ones where I actually talk, so yeah, I'm sorry. Also, I was unable to have any editing programs during this, so if it's choppy and bad, I don't have anything to do. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry.